Hey guys, it's Trudy Healy here for another romance reading. Pick a card here on Beacons of Angel Light. So this is for the week beginning August 6, 2018. So we have a lot of pre-solar eclipse and new moon energies coming in, and a lot of retrograde planets that are influencing a lot of the situations going on. And so again, we have 3 stacks of cards that I've preliminarily shuffled and arranged into 3 stacks. So we've got, and you can take a look and choose one. The first one here is the penny group. The second group is the button group, and the third group here is the safety pin group. I don't know if you guys can see me moving the safety pin there, but that's you guys, safety pin, whoever chose it. And if you haven't chosen, you want to pause the video. Also, what you can do is assign questions for each of the 3, or choose 2 and assign a question for those 2, or whatever resonates with you if you want to choose more than one number. Also, I definitely want to throw it out there. I love and appreciate when you guys like and comment on the videos, because it lets YouTube know that my content is relevant and will suggest it to other viewers on YouTube. So I really do appreciate when you guys comment, even if it's just like a little emoji, because that will let YouTube in general know that my content is relevant and that other people will probably benefit from it. So help the channel and leave a comment, like, share, all that great stuff. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already done so. And pause the video if you didn't choose penny, button, or safety pin, because I am going to get started with the penny group now. So I'm going to put the phone down. Alright, penny group. Here we go. I'm just writing down the timestamp, otherwise it's going to be a mission impossible to watch the whole thing again. Penny group. Alright. So this first card, it was given to me while I was shuffling that this is going to be how the distribution of this particular reading goes. So you are currently the teacher in this situation. You teach, and in teaching you learn. The other person is learning. It's like a karma or a karmic type of relationship where you are both doing a lot of introspection from the way that the situation has transpired. You're both learning from one another, especially the other person learning from you. And you, in teaching them, are also learning from yourself, the situation, etc., etc. So this has to do with trusting the insight that you're being given. It's like a lot of divine downloads that you're receiving, okay? Now, the other person also receiving divine downloads. This card represents what they secretly want to tell you or what you need to know, okay? So this other person is staring at themselves in the mirror. They're having a confrontation. This confrontation, however, is with themselves. Okay, so they are looking at themselves in the mirror, and in the mirror they don't see their regular reflection. What they see is the shadow beneath the new moon, no less. We're about to have a new moon in Leo with the solar eclipse. So all of this stuff that's no longer necessary is kind of surfacing. Things that had been put by this person in the back burner to just ignore are surfacing, whether he likes it or not, okay? They're coming up. And you're more spiritual than this person is, but this person, nevertheless, is being phased by Saturn in retrograde, Pluto, Mars, Mercury, etc. All of these things are happening, and this person is like having a real deep conversation with themselves right about now. And the conversation is taking place kind of like, imagine it's a conversation with the self, but this person here is questioning the other person, right? And this question here is themselves, but it's themselves from when they were like 3 years old. And they're looking at the adult version like, what the F? that's the type of conversation they're having. A very deep personal introspection that's going to lead to growth. But it's kind of like a awkward, uncomfortable evolution that they're going through, introspection. And the angelic advice in regards with the situation is, baby, you already know. You already know. Trust your instinct. You are divinely guided, okay? You have all of the intuition. You've asked for signs. You've been getting signs. Are you recognizing the signs? You want a little more confirmation? Well, here it is, baby. You're right. The angels are telling you that you already know. So follow your instinct. Follow your instinct. So that was group number 1 now. Group number 2, the button. Yeah, so group number 2, my button group. What do you guys have for me here? Let's see. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of major arcanas in these readings. So that first one also had 2 major arcanas for the situation and what they want you to know. Also, for this group number 2 here, we have 2 major arcana. So this first one is Master. Okay. The number's 15. And if you notice, it's like his heart is caged. And at the same time, his heart is filled with light, and he's sandwiching it between, it's like he's harnessing the light between his hands. And he himself has an auric field around him of light. He is radiating himself, and it's a green healing light. Anahata chakra, the heart chakra, love. Okay, so that's what this has to do. This is you right now. You're harnessing all of the love. You're mastering how to, in my opinion, how to correctly, amorously, genuinely manifest from the heart space. So fear and doubt often prevent a relationship from flowering or manifesting. In matters of the heart, they can restrict and confine. They prevent you from opening up to the joy and love that's awaiting for you. That's waiting for you. A fearful heart closes up on itself and sees only negativity and doubt. Your fears can even make you question your own value, causing you to wonder whether you're worthy of being loved or if you'll even find love. These thoughts, if not controlled, will manifest more of the same continuing, never-ending, destructive cycle. And I know you've experienced this already. So it's time to take action. To master your fears, you must first identify them. What fears about love have you allowed yourself to believe? Because it's BS. Okay? So are you concerned about being unlovable? Because that's BS. Are you uneasy about giving up on your freedom in order to be in a relationship because you don't have to give up your freedom to be in a relationship? That's BS. Do you find it too difficult to speak up about your needs and ask that they be met? Well, you're a buffoon. Say it. And sit quietly and uncover what might be holding you back. Because the very fact that you're facing your fears, you're going to recognize the fears are actually deceptions. And you'll discover that the power to master and eliminate them is to acknowledge them as deceptions. The absence of fear is unconditional love. So please take some time to look at your fears and doubts, and that way you can release them. This will free you to manifest joyful and loving relationships. Know that you have the relationships that you desire. And act now to release your fears and open your heart. So if you want the affirmation here, I now release my fears and I fully open my heart to a loving relationship with myself and others. All right. So this is what they secretly want you to know, and they want to rebuild something with you. This person wants to rebuild something. something special, okay? Last time it was lacking, I don't know what, but this person wants to rebuild, okay? There was a breakdown. There was a breakdown. So the dynamics of the relationship are complicated. And, you know, some of you have just started the journey with this person, whereas some of you, we're talking about several years, okay? So the longer the relationship, the more complicated the dynamic is, just because that much more time and everything has been dedicated. So the layers kind of pile on top of each other, and what was once love is now kind of tolerance. And so it's a good time to start with brand new feelings towards your relationship. So peel off the layers one by one and see what's behind the layer. You know, it's been so long since you've actually taken a deep look at what's been covered by layers of just piling on. Peel the layers back and see what's underneath. You know, like this plant right here, I have to, the dead leaves, I have to peel them off to leave the beautiful pink stem exposed. Otherwise, it'll be covered in brown stuff. So, layers. Also, it applies to rebuilding the relationship with yourself. So this person is like rebuilding a relationship with themselves, with you, with everyone around them. They're examining their successes and their failures, and they're looking at themselves to see how they've affected everyone around them. In a sense, not to judge themselves, but to like expose the fake voices of deception inside of their mind. You know, like the ones that cause them the doubt and the fear, etc., etc. So this is a card of like, this person wants to start over. They want a fresh start. They haven't told you that, but there's something that needs to be torn down in order for it to be rebuilt. And right now we have, gosh, it's not Pallas Athena. I forgot her name, but she's squaring Pluto, and I was talking about it in the general weekly reading. But she basically, what she's doing, it's an asteroid. She's breaking things down to rebuild. So yeah, it's a very painful evolution, but the rebuilding is very detailed, intricate. I mean, do you see the sacred geometry here? And the shadows within the sacred geometry. There's so many different detailed, beautiful, loving aspects, okay, that this person wants to integrate and peel back the layers of what is now tolerance, what once was love has now become tolerance. They want to peel back those layers so that they can regress to what was once love, okay, if that makes sense. And then your advice here is explore. So for my interpretation, this means you need to GTFO, even if it's like on a mini vacation, go do something that's out of the ordinary. Maybe it's even a staycation, okay? Maybe you just go to a park that you've never been to before and go on a hike and explore, okay? But you need to, because your mind needs to appreciate new scenarios, new cultures, new whatever it is that you're going to be able to expose yourself when you do explore, so that your mind can now integrate new things with your current situation. You're being encouraged to explore, and I do believe this could be with the other person. Okay, so maybe you're going on a little trip together. Let me know how that works out. All right, so now moving on with group number 3. Group number 3. And it's a safety pin. Sorry, I'm just writing down what each group was. So this is safety pin, group number 3. And so the first card that we have here. All right, guys. So this is the situation, and you are being encouraged to take the lead because the other person is a little bit like lost or scared. Yeah, it's not that they're lost. They know what a connection you have. Okay, they're very well aware, but they're so scared. It's such a big connection. They're petrified, and you need to take the lead. Okay, you need to take the lead lovingly and come from a place of love and light. The number here is 1, so it is a very fresh beginning. I feel like you guys just embarked on this journey, or perhaps it's like a new aspect of the relationship, but I feel like this is a brand new relationship because of this. Oh no, the number's 3. Either way, I still feel like it's a brand new aspect of the relationship, and you're being encouraged to take the lead. I do feel like for a lot of the people that chose this group, it's actually even a brand new relationship. So if you notice here in the flame, there's even like a heart picture that's being held by the hand, and it's really good, actually. Look at this. I'm looking at the numbers here, and so this is the situation, and this is what they want you to know. Look at the numbers. We have 3 and 3, okay? And there's another heart here in the palm of the hand. There's a heart here, you know, that hand is you know, wielding with the light. And this heart here is inside the palm of the hand. So look at the correlations. This card is share the love. So this is what the other person is scared to tell you. They're shy to tell you about, but they're being encouraged to share the love because their heart is busting open with so much love for you. Okay, they really want to show you, but they're super scared. They're petrified. So that's why you're being encouraged to take the lead here. And what the angels are saying is that you need to trust. You feel things, okay? You know what this is. You have an intuition, and stop listening to everybody else, okay? They're going to confuse you. What's your inkling? What did you feel immediately? What do you know in your heart's heart, okay? Trust that. Trust that. Because it's real, okay? Nothing else matters. And so, guys, that's it for this week. I'm also going to be putting out, you know, because we are going into Leo season, so happy birthdays to any Leos that may be watching. So I'm going to be putting out astrological sign monthly, not monthly, lunar cycle for the lunar cycle in Leo. By astrological sign. Okay, so I'm going to be putting out those videos, and if you haven't already watched the weekly for this particular week, the general weekly reading, you might want to do that. Definitely, if you haven't clicked subscribe, please do. Leave me a comment, like, share, all that great stuff. And if you want a private reading, an independent, personal exchange of energy, click on the description box below and follow the directions, and you can get your reading with me. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a fabulous week. Love you. Bye.